Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. Patriotism. We proceed with our series on patriotism. As we prepare ourselves for the upcoming elections in 2026, my brother, I want to put so much emphasis on especially the members of parliament. Because that parliament, that August house, is where everything is propelled in this country. In that August house is where they make policies, where they make laws. I know there are those other things that come along, but that August house has a lot to do with decision making in this country. So I would want us to look into the people we vote into parliament. Look into the people that you vote in your parliament. The person that represents you in your constituency, you individually, my brother, my sister. How do they perform? Are they deserving of the amount of money they take every 30 days? I would want to first of all break down how much money a member of parliament takes. A member of parliament earns 6.1 million shillings net salary. On top of that are benefits like housing allowance, which goes up to 6.5 million shillings. On top of that, there's what they call constituency support. It is worth 17,300,000. Then there's what they call town running fee. That is 1.945 thousand. Now when you add all this together, it's about 21,845,000. There's something on top of that. They give them fuel worth 10,300,000 up to 31 million, depending on the distance where your constituency is. Fuel, only fuel, 10 million to 31 million, depending on where your constituency is. In this case, we shall take 10,300,000. So when you add all that together, they bag a total of 31,300,000. Now, my question is, do they use this other money for what it is meant to be done? Because when you vote for a member of parliament, there are certain things he has to do, what we call job descriptions. Most of you you've been employed here and there, or you've sought employment, and they always give you what they call a job description. What is the job description of a member of parliament? Aside from those you know, first of all, there are four basic or four core roles a member of parliament has to be doing. There's what they call the oversight role. There's what they call representation. There's what they call budget approval. And there's what they call legislation. One of the main. Those are the four core duties of a member of parliament. But on top of that, there are some other roles. Because under legislation, it is broken down like this: debating and voting on proposed laws and policies. That brings in this issue of bringing bills and into parliament. It also takes in scrutinizing proposal legislation to ensure it is effective and serves the public good. Under that, there is also that they propose amendments to existing laws and contribute to development of new laws. Now, just looking at that legislation, compare What has your member of parliament done in regard to legislation? Has he done any of those? If he hasn't, let us proceed to representation. Representation directly brings in you. It brings in your desires. It brings in your interests as a person that is being represented by this person, being represented by this member of parliament, whom you voted into this house to represent your issues. Issues that you can't take directly to the August House, but you voted for a representative. So this is the second one, representation. It is to act as a voice of their constituency. A member of parliament is to act as a voice of their constituency. Remember, they give them money to come and consult and to come and seek information from you, the people they represent. Okay? Has your member of parliament done, has he at least done this representation? Has he done that? The other third core responsibilities is budget approval. MPs are responsible for analyzing and approving national budgets for each financial year. They are responsible for analyzing and scrutinizing the national budget. Scrutinizing brings in allocating and relocating funds to appropriate ministries. Which ministries? And are in dire need. For instance, the Ministry of Health. There are certain things that are so much in dire need. So approving, it is not just approving a budget, but it's about scrutinizing, allocating and reallocating funds to the rightful places. What is the other one? Budget approval. Oh, the other one is, we talked of budget approval, and the fourth core one, oversight. How do we break down oversight role? That MP's role is to monitor government activities, ensuring accountability and transparency. They have to see to it that after allocating funds to different ministries, they have to follow up those funds, monitor them. Do they do the things for which they are sent to do? Do those funds really, are they accounted for? That is an oversight role of a member of parliament. Now, how many of these core roles has your member of parliament, the one you voted, how many of these core roles has he or she fulfilled? Because they are the job descriptions, like we said, they are the job descriptions. How many of them has he fulfilled? What are the other responsibilities under that? Other activities are holding advice sessions. That's self-explanatory. Responding constituencies' concerns. That's representation also. Okay? Committee work. Is he a member under any of the committees in parliament? He or she, are they a member of under any of the committees? For instance, Parliament Accounts Committee or any other committee? Is your member of parliament under any of them? Is he or she representing you well? That's my question. I want you to scrutinize everything that member of parliament has done. Is he even worth coming back to parliament? Does he deserve to come back to parliament? Leave alone these petty things where, somebody has to appear at a burial, has to appear for a wedding. Those are not the rules. I'm talking about the core roles. The other one is contributing to the work and activities in their political party dispensations. This is very important, by the way. But in whatever party somebody is belonging, that party is the one that gives you a card. And under those parties, these people are groomed. They are groomed to be leaders. They are groomed to, and they are also advised in one way or another. So that is one of the that is also another role that a member of parliament is supposed to do if he's under any party. And I would actually advise that if we are to vote, we should always vote for people under parties. People who come as individuals, people who come as independents, are never, they're not transparent. You never know where they belong. Now, I'm asking you, has your member of parliament represented you in any of these? Is he deserving of the amount of money they earn? Does he deserve to earn that amount of money every 30 days of the month? Because if you have to break down, 31 million, it means he earns 1 million and so something every day. Every day. But that is that 1 million plus. Remember, this person also obtains a car every 5 years, a car worth 200 million. And they do not even monitor him or her to see if he has bought a new one or not. They won't monitor him. They won't even monitor him if the car they have bought is worth 200 million or worth 50 million, You see, there are those other monies that are not even talked about. But at least there is that 30 million we know. Does that person in the last 5 years, did he really deserve to earn 30 million in 30 days? If he did not, why then do you vote him or her back into parliament? Why? And those of whom, those that have not, been into parliament for some time, still take some time to scrutinize them. Are they really deserving? My brother, my sister, I believe any person watching this has gone through a process of seeking for employment, or at least you've been employed somewhere. And those of you that haven't, at least you've heard of this, that they seek for, when you go to seek for employment lately, they want you to have an experience of 10 years, 5 to 10 years. Experience is not bought. It is earned. But these members of parliament are the only people that do not, whose CV does not request for experience. The people whose CV does not request for experience, the people whose CV does not request, my God. They are the people that do not go for interview. And the only interview you give to them is scrutinizing them on the day they want to be voted into parliament again, or to be voted into parliament for the first time. That is the only interview you give them when they are seeking for your votes. And it's the only time you have to scrutinize them. Does that person really deserve that amount of money that he earns those 30 days? Does he? Does she? Muganda wange nkubuuza, kubanga mbadde ngezaako okumenyaamenya essente member wa parliament zaatwala, nga neebuuza, nga nkubuuza gwe nange, nti n'omutima ogwo gwe tugamba, omutima gwe tugamba ogw'okwagala ensi yo, gw'otaddeyo gwa nagamba okumanya omuntu gw'olonda, oba omuntu abadde mu parliament emyaka 5 gino egiwedde? Kubanga bagamba afuna miliyoni 6 ezize nga tezikwatiddwako, miliyoni 6 mu emitwalo 10. Gatako miliyoni 6 mu emitwalo 5 ezo za nnyumba buli mwezi, buli nnaku 3. Gatako miliyoni 17 mu emitwalo 3 ezo za muyamba mu constituency, ne miliyoni endala 1 mu emitwalo 945 nazo za muyamba era mirimu egyo. Zonna wamu ne ziba miliyoni 21, ne bagattako n'endala miliyoni 10 za mafuta, miliyoni 10 n'ekintu paka miliyoni 3 nga mu emu. okusinziira lugendo ki gyava constituency ye gyeri. Kati ekibuuzo kyange kiri bwe kiti, bw'ogatta ssente ezo katukozese nti ez'amafuta akozesa miliyoni 10, bw'ogatta ssente ezo ayingiza mu nsawo miliyoni 31. Naye gwe bw'otunulatunula emyaka gy'abaddeko gw'olaba ssente ezo zimusaana ennaku eza 3, buli nnaku 3 ofuna miliyoni 31, okuyingiza miliyoni 31. Mu byonna birina by'alina okukola. Bakugamba emirimu gy'alina okukola mu Parliament kwe kukola amateeka, kubaga amateeka n'okukyusamu egeetaagisa okukyusa okusinziira ku byetaago by'eggwanga, n'okuleeta ze tuyita bills. Ekyokulala, oversight role, kwe kugobera programu za gavumenti okulaba nti zikola, n'okulaba nti ensimbi y'omuwi w'omusolo gwe nange nti eteekebwa awantu, nti ekozesebwa mu butuufu bwayo, n'okuzembalirira. Okiraba? Ekyokusatu, okukiikirira gwe nange, okukiikirira ensonga zo gwe atasobola kutuuka mu Parliament. Ezo ensonga zonna bw'ozitunuulira gw'olaba mu myaka 5 egiyise memba wo owa Parliament alina kyakoze ku ebyo. Waliwo n'ebirala bigenderako ng'okubeera mu committees nga bugamba Parliamentary Accounts Committee, nabo balina bye bateesezaayo abibaddemuko. Oba gwe omulonda olw'okuba nti ye kyakola, ajja n'abaziikirako n'abaayo bu school fees obutonotono ku ssente ku musaala gwafuna. Kati muganda wange, gwe nange tunoonyeza ku mirimu, era okimanyi ofuna omulimu mu Uganda kyekintu ekizibu ennyo, nti ekisookera ddala baagala experience ya myaka 5 ku 10 z'otalina. Naye bano ba MP, omulimu gwa MP gwe mulimu gwokka gutakusaba na experience. Wali okirabyewa ku musaala gw'ayingiza, naye gwate ogwo omulimu tegumusaba experience. Gumuga nti alina kubeera bubeezi, tasaabeera n'ebbaluwa ya S6 agende akole kyabakiikirire. Gwe wali yagadde n'emyaka emirala 5 oyo omuntu adde akukiikirire nga talina kyakoze. Gwe tunulira byakoze, mulimu ku ebyo byatuukiriza Parliament byemugamba byalina okutuukiriza. Kubanga tugenda tugamba people power, our power. People power kukozesa amaanyi gwe nga gwe, amaanyi kage wasigaza kwe kulonda, kwe kwenenya omuntu oyo agenda okukiikirira, okulaba nti ensimbi y'omuwi w'omusolo teyiika toge, tefa toge. Okiraba muganda wange, gwe mulimu ogwo. Therefore I urge you, bw'oba olina omutima gwa bulungi bwa nsi, muganda wange, ddayo wekkenenye omuntu agenda okukiikirira. Genda wekkenenye omuntu agenda okukiikirira. Ku luno eggwanga lyaffe liri mu amabanja agataggwa. Ebbanja lyeyongera bweyongezi. Every other day the debts are rising and rising. We are in deep debt. Our country is bleeding. Our country is bleeding. Lately, teachers have been, the arts teachers have been requesting for a pay rise, and the government is saying they don't have that money to raise their salaries. Really? These MPs are the very people that are supposed to improve your salaries, but the wage bill has refused to even come out. Abamu mwe musasula omusaala mutono, abamu muffe emisaala mitono nnyo. Ne wage bill be balina n'okuteesa ku wage bill. These people are not even representing our interests. Wage bill eganye okuvaayo ng'ate bills wano zijja speed ne ziyita. Ne wage bill eganye ne tukozesebwa bannansi ne mukozesebwa ngaki ng'obulogoyi. Omanyi omusaala asikali gwayingiza. Do you know how much an askari earns? Do you know how much? Those people that protect your banks, those people that protect you, do you know how much they earn? They earn between 120 and 180. The most could be 200. And somebody spends a whole day holding that gun and protecting you. Nemwe mugamba, wage bill werijira erijja. My brother, It is high time we start scrutinizing. I'm not discounting. There are a few members of parliament, and I can count them on my fingerprints here. Very few that have really represented us so well. And actually, these members of parliament, you feel like they are representing the entire country. There are those, they have to be appreciated, but then they are, they are overcrowded. They are swimming in very deep waters. They can't make a change because they are very few. My dear brother, my dear sister, it's high time. Our country is dying out. Our country is dying out. We need to save it, but it starts with you. People power is not just saying people power. The word people power is even in the constitution where they talk about your power to vote your representatives in Article 2. You use it, you have to use it. Kwate kwe bonotulondera omuntu atasobola ate nja n'okaaba. Let us also use that people power. It's not just about speaking, bakikozesa. N'abantu betwagala bajje for presidency bagende okujja nga some of these things we put in place. Okay, ng'omuntu ogwayagala ajje nga president bw'anajja nga parliament ekyali messed up nga bweri, eggwanga era lijja kusigala nga liri bubi. In parliament is where everything is propelled. Parliament is very important in a country, in any country. It is where everything is propelled. Bwe tutalowooze kutereeza ku parliament nga tukyasobola, kubanga tukyalina obusobozi at least akaluluko kakauntinga, nawe kozesa ku bwongo bw'olonda omuntu asaanidde. Thank you. Patriotism.